Hello everyone, welcome to episode 7 of Cooking with Jan. In today's episode we return to German cuisine after doing Italian bruschetta in episode 5. And today we're going to make a German classic which is called a Frikadelle or a Boulette. What is a Frikadelle? It's a hamburger patty that is made out of both ground pork and ground beef. My father used to make Frikadellen when he owned a tavern in Baden-Baden, which is a beautiful resort town here in Germany in the Black Forest. And when he owned that tavern, his Frikadellen were a huge hit. And we're going to take his basic recipe and alter it a bit so I can make it my own, Jan's recipe. So let me show you how to put the Frikadelle together. You need 500 grams of this ground beef and ground pork. You can get it at your butcher, no problem. Salt and pepper, paprika. I have some parsley, some dried parsley here. I've also diced some cilantro, which is flat parsley, just to complement it. The parsley is my own touch. I also have some Heinz ketchup. We will use a tablespoon of that. You need an egg. Very important, you need bread that is now soggy, about 3 slices of white bread. It's soggy, and we're going to squeeze out the rest of the liquid and add it to the frikadelle. Let's do the spices first. Let's take the salt and just some pepper. Always fresh ground black pepper. Some paprika. Some cayenne pepper as well. Here we have to be a little more careful as it's more potent than the paprika. So now we're going to squeeze out the liquid from our bread. And then we will need our, well, let's first, actually, to be more effective, let's use our hands to get our base. Then we add in our onions. I have just 1 small chopped onion here. Put that in there. Parsley goes next. Then we take our egg. So the next thing will be our ketchup. Yeah, the dollop of that there. And mix it in. If you find that your mixture is too wet, you can always have a backup with some breadcrumbs, which we will add. And that'll take the liquid out. Just a bit more. For good measure. Looks like our mixture is ready to go into patties, and as I say, it's not as wet. It has a good texture now, good consistency, the one I'm looking for. And the next step will be to make our patties. Okay, now we're in our patty making phase. I just added some dried parsley. I'd forgotten. I put in the cilantro and there's some dried parsley in there, and I just put a little bit more salt and some black ground pepper in here as well, just for good measure. Just mix that around. Okay, so let's do our patty. So now you can, of course, make your patty as you wish. You can make them very small or very large. I think I'll make them about, depends on how many people you're serving. I mean, this would commonly serve 4 people. The Frikadellen can be eaten both warm as also cold. They're enjoyed both ways with mustard and ketchup, because those things are already part of the patty. Actually, I'm going to make them a little bit bigger here. That's the first one. We'll do another for the camera. Oh, they're really turning out very nicely, as you can see here. Anke said that when I took the breadcrumbs, I actually didn't use 2 tablespoons, but 3, so I just keep that in mind. I'm going to put the entire recipes for both the Frikadellen and also for the German potato salad in the info box underneath the video, so this is just to demonstrate. My patties look great, and we're going to fry them just a bit, but first we will do our German potato salad, which is different than the way my father makes it because I use vegetable broth. Here I used about 1/4 liter vegetable broth, and I have soaked my cooked potatoes in the vegetable broth for about 40 minutes. I have still a lot of liquid in here. This is one of the issues, but I think it'll be fine. I may take some of the liquid out. I haven't decided yet. At any rate, I've also, before I add the mayonnaise, I've also chopped up a tomato, as you can see here, which goes in there. It's very simple. And 2 boiled eggs I have in here as well, which I will first combine and see where we are in terms of the liquidity, which I have not yet decided if I'm going to leave in. I probably will drain it. But it gives the potato salad really a nice tangy touch. It's a vegetable broth with just a little bit of white wine vinegar mixed into it. So, and I think I'm going to, just because I want to make sure that the consistency is right, I'm going to take out the liquid then. So I will drain it. Maybe we can use the liquid another time. Not completely, but for the most part. And then just keep a little in. Okay, that's fine. So let's put some salt and pepper on top. That's next, just for good measure. It'll be well seasoned enough. Here comes our mayonnaise. Same thing with the mayonnaise. I think that'll be good for a start. Let's see where that gets us. Yes, and it was a good idea, I think, to drain the liquid, add a little more mayonnaise, and then we'll have the right consistency that we're looking for. So how many? That would be about 4 tablespoons. And as you can see, we have it's a nice combination here. See, we have a nice little dressing here now for the potato salad because the liquid has been removed. The recipe actually calls for the liquid to remain in the potato salad, but as I said, I have not found a way to avoid it getting to be too watery. So I would recommend you do it this way. And let's try that and see how that tastes. Tastes good. So we'll fry our frikadelle now in the pan, and we have a hot pan with hot oil. Maybe a little bit too much oil, but more oil is better than less oil for the frikadelle. And we'll cook 4 because we have room for only 4, and leave the 5th for later. And there they go. Cooking our frikadelle for about 6 minutes on one side, and we're ready to turn them over. I just kind of know this instinctively. The sign is that they are rather dark brown on the other side. Not only be careful when you flip them like I'm doing now, this one also is getting there. Also that you slow cook them. This is on medium heat, and just slow cooking. So we will check in again once they're ready to be served. Okay, our frikadellen are nearly done, and the first 2 have already been removed. I put them on a paper towel just to take a little bit of the grease out. And I've also turned down the heat because we're about to remove them. Just going to do a final check. And if you like what you saw in today's video, then give me a like and subscribe to the channel. And we will be doing a lot more cooking videos in the future. Thanks a lot.